Now, we do know that there were a few planes that were on the tarmac when this happened, and the airport officials say they were able to let those leave. But, Emily, the big question is, as far as the airport being shut down, how that will impact flights coming in or trying to go.
Right.
And I'm Tenikka Hughes. We are waiting right now for a briefing from officials. That should be coming at any minute, and we're going to take you right to that once it starts. But for context, let's take a look at where this fire started. Airport officials say that the other parking garages are accessible. Again, the fire is in the hourly garage, the one closest to the terminal. The accessible lots are the daily garage, the daily surface lot, and the economy lot. We have live team coverage on this breaking news as crews figure out the extent of the damage and travelers search for answers on what this means for their trips. But again, right now we are standing by to hear from city officials. We can see them lining up and getting ready to speak to us about what is happening here at the airport. We also have Madison Foglio and Logan McDonald standing by as well. Let's listen in to this briefing right now. And you've been listening to officials update us on this airport fire. Some of the big pieces of news, Emily, the airport will reopen at 5 o'clock and no injuries reported at this time.
Exactly, but there are some significant damages.
For sure, and fire started in one car on the second floor, spread to 50 other cars that are impacted in some way, and they're telling people not to expect to be able to get to those cars anytime soon.
And that's still burning. That they've got.
Is that rain?
It took us
a second. The First Weather team says this is just the beginning of a wetter weather pattern. I often ask the kids about their goals, and I explain how they will need literacy skills, the ability to read and write, in virtually every part of their lives. And I also explain how I use my literacy skills every single day. And little ones, if you happen to be watching, I wrote all the words that I'm reading off this teleprompter right now. When you're making your way toward Pecan Park Road at a standstill. So if you want to try to take an alternate route, lots of people appear to be jumping on 200 going on 17, but you see a lot of orange and yellow there, so some backups there. Moments ago, Cohen wrapped up his first address to the media, and it's also the first time that the owner, Shad Khan, formally introduced him. And Liam talked about his family. He thanked his wife. He talked about Shad basically making his dreams come true by coming to the team. Shad Khan touched on the fact that they did interview 10 candidates and said that Liam was their guy. We're going to have much more reaction from the Action Sports Jacks team. They are in the room. Also, QB Trevor Lawrence in the audience. And something else, Brent Martineau wrote a letter to the new head coach. You can check that out on actionnewsjacks.com. A new reward now being offered for information leading to the arrest in the murder of 7-year-old Breon Allen. Jacksonville police increased the reward to $18,000 over the weekend. Allen and a 21-year-old Lafayette Mango Jr. were shot outside of a home on Commonwealth Avenue on Friday. JSO says it found the car the shooters used, but they've yet to identify the suspects. Investigators say the shooting is gang-related. Coming up at 5, what the victim's mother has to say to those involved with gangs. Today, former JEA CEO Aaron Zahn is expected to report to prison. He was supposed to report back in October, but it was pushed back by the court due to his home being damaged following the 2024 hurricanes. Zahn was sentenced last year to 4 years in prison on conspiracy and wire fraud charges. Police are searching for the man they say broke into a Brentwood apartment, shot 2 men in the face, and then stole one of their cars. This all happened right before 7 in the morning at the Capri Villa Apartments. Action News Jack's Finn Carlin spoke with a woman who says she heard the gunshots and called 911. Duval County Public Schools says new boundaries are being considered for multiple middle schools on the west side to alleviate overcrowding. The change involves Chaffee Trail Middle, West Side Middle, Westview K-8, Baldwin Middle Senior, and Lakeshore Middle. Tonight, the district is inviting stakeholders to offer input during the community session and to take a look at some data. That meeting is at 5:30 at Ed White High School. Georgia lawmakers are proposing to revise child care center requirements. A new bill would require centers to have at least one form of a portable airway clearance device. Employees would also need to be CPR certified. This all comes after a toddler died at a Brunswick daycare after eating a piece of watermelon. A report showed at least 50% of the staff did not have proper CPR training. Dan Hicken was there in the room as well. Dan, he touched on a lot of ground, really personal message. What stood out to me, he said that the decision to let go of Balky didn't factor into his decision to come here, and your question about a place for Tony Baselli.
Yeah, Tenikka, and they just wrapped up the press conference, obviously.
Servicemen and women all around the globe will be watching this game, including right here at Naval Station Mayport. Of course, a lot of Go Navy, Beat Army has been echoed all around here all this week.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to the eve of the Army-Navy game for this Action News Jack special. I'm Brent Martineau.
And I'm Tenikka Hughes. We are going to preview the Army-Navy game, but also show you the impact that both branches have here on our hometown. Thanks so much for joining us live from Mayport. But we're not alone. We do have team coverage. Action News Jax Ben Becker will give us a look at the Wounded Warrior Project here in Jacksonville. Dan Hicken, he has been to the Army-Navy game, and he says, put this on your bucket list. Jake Stofan is going to take us to Camp Blanding, and Chief Mike Burrish will give us our game day forecast. And this is not just a football game, Brent. Of course, this is a week full, a day full of pageantry all around a football game. And we're going to show you some of the traditions of the game a little later in the show. But this game is really, again, iconic because of the pageantry mixed with the football. And now we want to welcome in the commanding officer here at Naval Station Mayport, Captain Mike Trumbull. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks, Tenikka. I'm pretty excited to be here.
And we already know who you're rooting for, so tell me, how does the Navy ethos translate to the football field?
I got to tell you, for more than 250 years, the Navy's been deliberate and focused, and we don't do anything when we're not one team.
We'll push that. We'll do all we can.
And we know the city's also going to have a watch party, and a lot of people are going to be checking this game out. We're going to check in with you in just a few minutes, so stick around.
Great.
And we're going to have more conversation with the captain here.
Thanks, Tenikka.
Well, life after football can be difficult for athletes, and serving your country even harder. Action News Jax Ben Becker has a story of a local organization helping men and women who have served with that transition. And we're joined here live again with the commanding officer here, Captain Mike Trumbull. Thank you so much for being here. And, you know, you took command in July, so just 5 months and, 1 day ago.
today.
But this is full circle for you because you were here 3 decades ago.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, to be honest with you.
And right now we're taking a live look here at Naval Station Mayport. Here at the waterfront, you're looking at some of the littoral combat ships, also a few destroyers that are docked here as well. Welcome back to our Rivals in Uniform special, live from Naval Station Mayport. I'm Tenikka Hughes here with Brent Martineau.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You got some bucket list items?
I want to go to Monaco, see F1 race.
Oh, very good. See, that's a sports item
That's
as
a
well.
sports item.
It goes under there. Monaco wouldn't be bad either, right? But, hey, when we talk about sports, we think about bucket list kind of items, and Army-Navy should be on that list.